Aloha and welcome to our class of how we see ourselves and our self-worth. Going deeper than we dove into last week in terms of the stories that we're telling ourselves and taking that notion and going deeper with it. So what I was doing when I was focusing on this class is that as I went into my theta and my meditation, what I saw is that what we tell ourselves we deserve and we are worthy of, and what we want to manifest for ourselves in terms of the other aspect of what we really deserve is, there's a lot of duality in that, and that space of the childhood kind of needing to earn stuff or be worthy of stuff or being punished for being bad or things of that nature. And then the flip side of being empowered and being in that space of, we are part of Creator, we command, we manifest. So there is that space of duality in that reality for most of us. And so we're not aligning as powerfully as we could with our manifestations. So this class, again, is intended to take us deeper into that space of being truly, deeply worthy of that which we're manifesting in our lives, and clearing the older stories or the other notions of what we feel or think we deserve or have the right to, or, a lot of times it's the notion of asking too much, like, well, I can't ask Creator for this, and this, because then I'm over asking. Or so though, even those things are, even though it's a beautiful thing that we don't want to be greedy or asking for too much or whatnot, there is that flip side to that where it's like not okay for me to ask for so much. It's, I only deserve this much, not this much, and that kind of energy that may be present. So what we want to do is make sure that we feel in complete alignment with that which is our limitless self and our limitless ability to command the manifestation, to bring that energy into our lives. And what we're going to do as we go into the space is, before we even clear our space today, we're going to do a sort of a scan or a reading of ourselves in the place that we are in our lives right now, and then go into clearing, and then go into resetting. So a little different order than what we normally do. So we can take a look at where we're at before we take a look at where we're going. So in this case, I'm going to guide you a bit differently than usual. It's not essentially our intention to go too deep into theta, but just sort of to go inward with wherever we are now. So it's going to be a little different than you're used to, but we'll just go along together and see what we come up with. So getting comfortable, still feet on the ground, getting your body in position for itself to be shifted, transformed, comfortable. If you need to shake things loose, if you need to do a sigh or relax, whatever you need to do to just kind of let yourself get into the moment. And then whenever you're ready, just gently close your eyes and feel that inward breath, where the energy of your breath goes inside you, swirls around your chest, your lungs, your belly, and then it swirls out. And just taking a moment to go inward and deepen your breath. Feel how much air you can bring in. Feel the energy of your breath transforming your space. And now feel yourself fully arriving in your heart center, feeling grateful for the goodness of you, for what you bring into this world. And as if you're allowing your imagination to show you a miniature of you, like a mini you inside your heart center, I want this mini you to now begin to observe. and look at how you see yourself, and look at how you see what you're worthy of and what your current self-worth is in terms of your own sight, feeling, and seeing, and in terms of those who are your either sacred partners or those in your life that are important to you, just as if you're viewing everything from the inside out with your own focus first. How do you see yourself right now, today? How do you essentially judge yourself to be where you're at in accordance to where you want to be? And what your story is that you're telling yourself today about who you are and how you view yourself in your current world right now. And as if you're taking a mental note, just sort of do that, like you're writing a mental note about where you're at in this moment and how you view yourself and your reality in this moment. And just breathe into it. And if you notice that there's harshness here, that there's any energy of self-punishment, or there's energy of self-sabotage, there's any kind of energetic hold that makes you feel bad or funny or come out of alignment, then just imagine that love and that support that exists in your reality, in the place of source, in the place of the seen and unseen, and all the forms of support that are present in your life, whether you're consciously aware of them or not, that you are now opening up to that, that you're feeling that love and that support coming into your life to help you feel secure as you create the shift that we're about to embark on here. But right now, just more and more staying in focus of where you're at right now, how you see yourself, and what you're worth in your life. From you to you, and then from those who are significant in your life to you. How do you, again, understanding that this is your image of it, but how do you feel that your significant other sees you, or whoever is significant in your life? How you're seen by those in your reality, and what you feel your worth is to them. And again, understanding this is not their view, this is your view of their view. This is world according to you right now. And as you do this work, and as you continue to observe, you can take your focus into different areas of your life. For example, if food is an issue, then looking at yourself in connection with food and how you see yourself in this picture, or how you feel about yourself in this picture. And that's just an example. So taking a look at any focused area in your life that you wish to at this time. And now imagine all these different views of yourself that you've gathered in different areas of your life coming into a bundle, as if you're packing it up either in a suitcase or a sack or whatever. These parts of you, these aspects of you, you're compiling them onto a baggage or sack of stuff. And as we take our attention and our focus to be grounded and rooted, and to feel the earth beneath our feet, we take this luggage with us, or this bag or sack, give of our love and gratitude in the core of the earth, come back up and into our bodies, focusing on our physical and gathering more of the stories of how we see and feel about ourselves into this baggage. And as we take our attention through that vertical pillar of light and let ourselves surrender into the light of Source, that we also bring this baggage with us into the light. So we're carrying our judgments, essentially, and our view of our self-worth with us into the light of purification, into the light of Source. When we arrive into the light, we let it all go. Let the sack go, the luggage go, the energy that you carried in here go, just releasing. There's so much light present that everything else just dissolves in the light, that we can surrender into this light and feel more and more at peace, at ease, without the stories, without the judgments, without the skewed vision of what we're worth. We're letting all that release out. And as we breathe deeply, we bring air into our body with focus on clearing the grief, the sorrow, the shame, anything that is held in the lungs and the chest, that we're breathing, and in that cooperation with the light, we are releasing all of that into the light. So we're witnessing on many levels the clearing and the purification going on with the old stories of ourselves. Take this time to focus on any statements you've made about yourself in the past, such as, I've always been this way or that way. I've always done this or that. Anything that's following the I've always. Take a look at that and invite that into the light of purification, releasing yourself from these preset ideas of you, as if layer after layer of you is arriving into the light of Creator and just simply getting purified. There's so much light present that anything that's any form of blockage just dissolves in the light, just spreads apart and becomes light. So bring and invite anything that you're holding against yourself into the light. Bring it in and release it. Imagine every release like a layer that's being removed from you. And as you continue to clear away the old and non-beneficial beliefs about yourself, feel it as if it's a house cleaning inside your being. In your seen and unseen being, a deep, deep clearing, a deep cleaning of the temple of you. Breathing deeply, now begin to congeal the idea of your highest and best within the space of Creator. Begin to imagine that which is your ultimate being, with all of the focuses in your life that you wish to bring into the light, into harmony, into balance, and visit every area of your life, imagining yourself in your highest and best in that light. So take this time to override the old patterns with the newness of you, which ought to feel very familiar to you. This is what you've been manifesting. So essentially bringing that manifestation of your highest and best into these focused areas of your life. And feel yourself interacting with people of your life from this highest and best vantage of you. So take this time to override the old with the new of you being at your highest and best. While you're doing this process and witnessing it, also imagine Creator's definition of self-worth coming through from Creator into all your cells, bringing a sense of truth into your self-worth. Just simple truth from Source. Feel and see yourself as Creator sees you. Take this time to bring the light into your physical form. Bring your ultimate self, how you feel about yourself at your ideal weight, your ideal health, your ideal level of energy and vitality, and bring that energy from Source into your physical form. Remind your body, if you have a certain weight in mind, what that weight is that you're bringing in. That if there's weight to be dropped off, that it's dropped off with ease and grace. Very simply letting go of the energy of protection or the feeling of strength as it's connected to weight. So simply allowing ourselves to feel weight is weight, and that we have the power to manifest whatever it is that's our highest and best with ease and grace. Set your weight in your imagination. Feel yourself in your emotional body in the sense of harmony and balance, and any areas that previously were weaknesses in your emotional body, Imagine what the strengthened you feels like in this space. Rewrite the story in your strength. Continue to imagine every aspect of your life in your highest and best. Continue to do this process, and as you witness your own transformation, also then take it into those people that you witnessed earlier in this exercise, how you see them seeing you, and now transpose that with how you wish them to see you. How do you want to be seen by your significant other or by those who are significant in your life? Bring that picture into this reality at this moment with ease and grace. Now feel yourself in connection with Creator, giving yourself full permission to be your highest and best right now and moving forward. All the old limitations dropping off, and you're claiming your highest and best, as if you're putting a stake in the ground and claiming your sense of self. Feeling that empowerment and feeling your spirit grounding into your physical form, bringing your fullness into every aspect of your life right now. Feel the light of Source from Creator coming through and integrating this feeling, this newness in your every cell, every organ, all levels of your being. Allow yourself to feel the empowerment deep in your core, deep in the depths of your spirit, and link it all into your physical form, to your physical life, the life that you live. Imagine your energy in your home, in your place of work. Imagine the light that you emit into your life shining bright. Take this time to once again witness the feeling of self-worth coming through every cell of you. Feeling yourself and seeing yourself as Creator sees you. What does that feel like? Really feel that feeling. You're always perfect in the eyes of Source. So feel what that feels like to have full acceptance, full love, unconditional acceptance and love in every cell of your being. And truly, deeply, the dissolving of all self-punishment or anything that is held against you in any part of your reality. Bringing more and more light in. Feel your empowerment as you breathe in deep. Feel the energy of you giving yourself permission to shine, and you giving yourself permission just simply to be you. A very relaxed state of just being. Feel Creator's light integrating this newness, this space of you, with ease into your world. And the opportunity to be seen as your highest and best, to be presented to all those in your life, your family, your friends, your animals, your co-workers, the people in the stores that see you regularly, every part of your life that's witnessed by others, that this space of your highest and best be visible to them, and they be open to receive you in this way. So you're met by the world with a big smile. Let this love and support truly nourish the little kid inside you, and let it be the healing that this little kid needs from childhood or baby times or any time where there was this energy placed on you that you're something other than perfect. So really bringing that light, and in that place, the forgiveness of others, forgiveness of their limitations, forgiveness of their lack of enlightenment that caused you to have anything but the highest sense of self-love for yourself. And as we release those energies, we make more and more room for love to be present in every cell of our being. Feel yourself deeply connected in with Source, deeply connected in with the earth, deeply rooted in your own heart center. And whenever you're ready, simply open up your eyes, bringing your energy into this present moment. That was keeping us in that space for quite a lengthy period. And I hope that if your mind wandered somewhere, that we were able to bring it back into the focus. So write me a little quick note, if you will, of how that affected you and how you're feeling right now. I feel like we did a real big swap of energy, sending out the old and bringing in the new. So we did this work last week as well with the stories that we're telling ourselves. But I just wanted to take it in deeper into a specific view of every area that we're doing. So as we move forward, and as I've said now in our work together, that each week we also have homework to do, and in our homework we're empowering the new space, and we're sort of disempowering, letting go of that old non-beneficial patterns. So in this light, anytime moving forward that anything should arise where it makes you feel, you know, less than or sunken or, you know, belittled, or anything that feels, you know, takes away from your sense of power and empowerment, please take that time to sort of step in. You know, if this exercise today felt good to you, where you're like the little you inside and looking at it, you know, it's kind of like being a mini you, so you could travel around inside you and take a look in different aspects, different areas. So if that works for you, take a look at what that's representing, what's coming your way that's making you feel like the little kid in you is out and it's hurt and it's reacting or whatever. So take this as the a symbol of, hey, the good stuff, the powerful stuff is allowed in now, and the old stuff, the old patterns that were constantly, you know, knocking me off my balance are no longer allowed. So if they show up, I'm going to look at them and see what part of me that's resonating with. And of course, I'm willing to let go of that part and come into my empowered sense. So really taking this time to pay attention and pull stuff out, bring stuff in, pull stuff out, bring stuff in. So you're in that space of connectivity with what's happening for you. Cheryl's saying, that was wonderful. I feel inspired and empowered. Beautiful. And so these new stories and what we're telling ourselves in the new way, in the empowered way, is what I'm inviting us to do on a conscious level every day. We want to change the story so that it's always in that which is what you're manifesting, so everything matches up. I want to read what Betsy wrote. That was great, very intense, and yes, deeper than last week. For me, it covered many decades. Felt like much of the old self-hatred and invalidation left, and my cells felt the new perspective and light coming in. I have done better and better in the last year or so, but this went deeper, and I found many old reservoirs that were still there, and now they are exposed to the light and energy of source and my higher self. That was great. Thank you. That's beautiful, Betsy. I love that. And of course, we have Cheryl's love and support with us as well. So for me, what I see when I go in, and what I did, because there's just 3 of us here today, is I figured I might as well do my exercise with it as well. And I get, once again, all of these childhood worthiness things, you know, where it was just, everything was very compartmentalized as to what you're able to essentially call in or manifest. You know, if you're, you know, if you've been a good girl, if you've done your stuff, if it's gonna be like one thing for your birthday or whatever. And so I'm kind of in that space of understanding about manifestation of things, where, you know, for example, in the life of these kids that I see here, or even in the life of Sierra as I was raising her, it was a much more loose sense of stuff, you know. So it's like if you wanted something, you just kind of easily manifested it. It didn't have to belong to a birthday or belong to a thing. And so it's kind of a sense of confusion, because we also live in a world of a lot of stuff. And so a lot of times our kids have too much. It's just, there's no value for anything that they have because they just have too much of things. But every little thing that they want, they get. And so there's no limitation as to what you can or can't have. So I'm finding that space is important to bring it into that reality of a balance where we learn the value of things, but we also completely understand the value of ourselves, that we are limitless beings of light, that there is no reason to belittle ourselves or allow ourselves to be belittled or feel like we have any limitations on what we're allowed to manifest in our life. There's no limitations on what we are asking for in our lives because we are limitless beings ourselves. So why would there be any limit as to what I could ask for? There's also no limitation on the source of all that is. So this source doesn't get tired of granting your wishes. It doesn't get tired because now you asked for something yesterday and you're asking for something again today. And besides, you're not even asking, you're commanding, because you're landing in that space and becoming yourself as one with source. So you're just simply tuning in to that which is your birthright and bringing it in. So you're doing the work yourself anyway. You're just supported by light. So really important that now as we move forward, we're highly, highly aware of what it is we're telling ourselves. And some of the grooves in our life, like what Betsy's talking about too, like these decades of stuff that's in there, some of that stuff is little pockets of hidden things. So if there's a hidden something that comes up and all of a sudden, we all know there's sometimes triggers that come up and all of a sudden we feel very disempowered, and it almost doesn't even make sense, like what happened, I was just doing fine. And sometimes I tell you that's even not yours. Sometimes it's somebody else's stuff that came into your field and it just makes you sunken in. But if you can take that moment and just decipher, first of all, is this mine or is this someone else's? Is this my energy that I'm processing, or did I just pick up someone's thing? Does this belong to me or not? And very simply, your body will tell you if this belongs to you or not. So let's say I just all of a sudden felt crappy and I asked myself internally, is this mine or not? And I got a yes. So then I would feel myself either as that little being, or if somehow that little being inside your chest makes you feel somehow little, that's not the intention. It's just kind of like to be your stealthy self and to check out whatever you need to check out. But if in your mind that makes you somehow feel too little, then be your grand self and be behind yourself in this physical form, like looking at everything. So remember, you're making it be what works in your world. I was just making the little analogy so you could travel around in your body and kind of check everything out. Like what if something's stuck in my left shoulder and that has to do with my receiving in the world, and like, why do I not feel worthy of receiving in my world? So I'm going to take a look at that, for example. So, but anyway, whatever, make it be what feels good to you. And then observe it right in that moment. So allow your physical senses to also be your signal givers. If you're in an interaction with somebody and all of a sudden, your belly aches, or, or like your head starts to hurt or something, like allow that to also be your signal givers. Ask in that moment, is this my thing that I'm processing, or is this someone else's? Now, what happens if it's someone else's? Zip yourself up, feel like you're clearing your space, take a moment. If you need to leave the space, go to the restroom for a moment, clear your space, clear the space around you. That's if your answer is that this is someone else's, you've picked up someone else's. If it's yours, then you're diving in deeper, either as your grand self or as your little being, and you're looking around like, where did this come from? Oh, all of a sudden I could see my mother's face, and when she told me, you've been a bad girl, so you don't deserve this, or whatever. I'm just making that as an example. So then what do you do with that? Then you see it, you witness it, you're bringing light into it, and immediately you're overlapping it with your empowered self, the part of you that is connected to source, the part of you that is empowered to manifest anything on any level in your life because you are of source and you deserve it and you're bringing it in. Then you you infuse it with Creator's definition of self-worth, seeing yourself as Creator sees you, feeling yourself as Creator holds you. It's like this, right now when I get to hold baby Isla and when she just kind of surrenders into my neck over here and just, melts into me, that same thing is what we can do in the light of source. We're always held, we're always supported, and we forget that feeling, because we haven't been held in the physical world since we were little babies. Even when we're hugged and held, it's not a complete weightless thing. We're still like holding up ourselves. So when we land in the light of source, we can truly feel like, we're curling into the light and we're held and we're supported. So all of those feelings, the feeling of being cherished, the feeling of being nurtured, the feeling of being held, all of those things exist in the light of source. So when you're going into your empowerment, and especially if the lack of it is connected to your childhood, you want to take that time to really be, cuddled and loved in Creator's light, to really allow your own adult self that is now in your empowered state to take a hold of the baby within you, or the little girl within you, or if you're a gentleman, the little boy within you, and feel that you're taking charge of this space, and that it's not that you're alone and now you have all the stuff to do in your world, and your life is so busy and you've got to take care of so many things, and in addition you've got to take care of the little kid inside you. No, it's to really recognize that you're just becoming aware of this energy, and that the light of Creator is fully supporting you to heal this. So it's not more work to do, it's just a recognition of what is. So making that be your habitual thing now for the next 21 days, because every time we're going through something for 21 days, we're setting new patterns, new habits. And so we do this in class, then we follow it up with what we're doing every day. And I recommend, if you need, little post-it notes for what this week's homework is. So this week's homework is to notice any place where you feel disempowered, or whatever your word is, belittled or anything like that, and changing it to that which you wish to bring in. Oh, wow.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Aideen came to show us himself in his wedding costume. We're going to be in a big wedding here soon. Aideen, this is my class. This is Aideen in his suit. So we appreciate your coming in. That's okay. Betsy waving to you.
Come on,
here, let them see your face too. Say bye. And then when I finish my class, I'll come out to you, okay?
Come on.
I love you. Thank you for coming. Yes?
You should have this phone.
You can take that phone with you if you like. Thank you. I love you. You look very handsome.
Sorry.
Oh, I was actually hoping he would do that during class. I just hoped it wouldn't be right in the depths of theta, but he came in at the perfect time. He's so sweet. Okay, beautiful. I know, I told Hoda, I said, don't worry, if Aideen comes to my class, he's loved by my students, so it's just an appreciated thing anyway. So anyhow, okay. So I'm gonna take this time now to let us get landed back in, and then we're going to do our manifestation. I want to talk a little bit about the, thank you so much. I want to tell you a little bit about the full moon. It was a very emotional full moon yesterday, and a very deep sort of, I felt an energetic gravitational pull with it that was, it's always present with the full moon. It's kind of like it sucks you into the depths of yourself somehow. And I just felt it as very like playing chords with our emotional bodies. So we're kind of coming off of that. It was very thick and very, I don't know how it felt for you, but for me it was just kind of like I was grinding through a grueling sort of energy coming through it, and it was absolutely beautiful. It was a huge, huge full moon in the sky. It affected Sierra very strongly. She was very emotional yesterday all day and just going through her life adjustments and difficulties and whatnot. So what I want to do as we go into our manifest is I sort of want to take a breather and recognize that we're coming off of that full moon, and let our emotional bodies just take a, like a wash, take a cleanse, take a breather, be in that space of light. So essentially doing a clearing specifically of the emotional body, and then rolling right into our manifestation for this week. So everybody good to go? We're ready? Thumbs up? Okay, beautiful. And Cheryl, I miss seeing you, but I know you see us, so I'm sending you love. All right. So feet flat on the ground, and when you're ready, eyes closed, breathing deeply. Bringing your attention and your focus inside you. Feeling your insides. Bringing love and gratitude in your being. And dropping in, grounding your energy into the core of the earth. Feeling the power and the love inside the earth. Sharing and giving of your own love and gratitude to this beautiful Mother Earth. Drawing up earth energy, pulling this energy up into your body, letting it revitalize your form, recharge your energy. Feeling that tingling in your crown, imagining that vertical pillar of light, focusing your attention into the light of Source, taking your attention into the light with safety, with protection, and allowing you to melt in the light of Source, simply and easily, in the highest and best way, with ease and grace. And as if you've delivered your energies of the last couple of weeks with the moon process, as if you're carrying your emotional energy of the full moon and all its influence, and delivering it all into the light of Source. Imagine it all dissolving, releasing, dissipating, and clearing in the light. So just feel like the entire being of you is dropping off any excess in your package into the light of Source right now. And as you breathe in the light of Source, more and more is revealed within you that is being released into the light of Creator for purification. Feel your entire space cleared and the space around you cleared. The space of your home being cleared. The space of your work being cleared. Your vehicle space cleared inside and around. Safety in all vehicles. And take your attention into the light of Source. Silently state, Creator, take me into your light right now. And here, silently command your manifestation in the highest and best way with ease and grace. Feel your manifestations as real on this plane. Feel the light of Source stirring into your life on this physical earth in every area of your life that your manifestation affects. Feel the goodness of your manifestations in your solar plexus. Feel how good it feels that these manifestations are present in your life right now. And when you have witnessed Creator's light in every part of your manifestation, simply open up your eyes, bridging the worlds. Ah, thank you. Thank you, ladies, for being here. I appreciate it very much. And I look forward to catching up with everybody next week. One more week in California for me. And sending you all lots of love. Have a beautiful week. Thank you for being with me. Aloha.